kumenyithio yundiwe utongoria witu yundiwe wathiguriva uyundiwe tureda uyundiwe.
So mheshimiwa, personally I know you're an MCA. So kuna watu wengi huku nje hawa understand MCA ni nani, kazi ya MCA ni gani. So can you take us through that line?
You know, basically MCA, those are initials, and it means member of the county assembly. The roles of the MCA are one oversight. Yeah. This is to be keen on whatever takes place on the ground, and when it's not good, you have to dig a shutout and warn the governor of this and that. So when we are building some facilities, it's to look on the initial explanation, just to look on, and just maybe if there is something that's not going right, you have to rectify. The second role is just to represent. So whenever I'm in the county assembly, they always refer me to as member of Thegu Ward. So I'm there on your behalf. Yes, I'm playing the role of representation, representing the people from Thegu Ward. You know, they are people who represent Jeddah, top up. There are also others who represent the people with PWDs, the youth with disabilities, and such categories. They are all well represented in the county assembly. And the third role of an MCA, first is to oversight, second is to represent, and is to legislate. Those to make laws that will be effective on the ground. The people from where you represent, you know, I have to maybe pass a law to legislate that the people or the youth of Thegu serve a certain motion. I have to push some certain motion so that it maybe it will have a positive impact on the ground. Maybe you want an issue to be rectified and maybe fit a certain group or a certain area, so you have to legislate.
So kwa wale wako nyumbani hapo wanajua roles za MCA, hapo umezijua. Namba moja ilikuwa oversight, registration na representation. Kuna roles zingine za MCA ama hizo tatu tu?
Hizo tatu
tu, those are the main.
You know, but there are those MCA determines whatever to be done in your area. Such as there are certain allocations they have to do at the MCAs. So matters pertaining your ward, maybe roads to be done, you have to reallocate certain project and give them funds. Usually, currently the Nyeri governor give us a kit by giving fund like 15 million the last regime, and I think we shall be given a budget very soon, whereby we shall divide the 15 million to certain projects. And therefore we shall leave it. Maybe if you want to do a dispensary in your ward, specifically for Thegu, Shaka, you have to give it funds, and it is given to the Department of Health. If there's any issue pertaining the issue of agriculture, you have to give money to the docket of agriculture. Then the CEC agriculture will know what to do on the ground. And for you, so you just said certain money, I need 5 million in the docket of agriculture. You there to oversight. Is the 5 million working? Is the 5 million doing as we agreed? Is it benefiting the locals? Certain.
So kuna kitu kingine pia imekuwa ikitrend. Kunasikia ati kuna mtu anapinga wewe kuwa MCA wetu. Sijui kama umesikia ati kuna kesi mahali.
The rumor saying kuna kesi kotini. Challenging your
you know, we cannot say it is true because we don't know. So tonight to rumors. Clarify for us.
I'm here for clarification. Yes, there's a petition by the Circuit Learning App. You know, for one, if you're not satisfied, the law creates it very clear that the law is very clear that you have alternatives. That you have to seek guidance on that. Maybe he was never satisfied with the counting of votes Just need scrutiny of what?
Scrutiny.
Whereby I know if given a chance to, because if I was the one, maybe I could be wishing to the same to be done to me. So whenever the shoe is on the other leg, just play safe. Ile kitu iko, I just know I did nothing, and those are genuine quotes. And just the matter is up is in court, and the ruling will be just done very soon.
Very soon.
Maybe next month or next month, but one. But this gonna see mtu imekuwa tu ila ilikuwa tu hapo petition. But so I just have to say this, rumors maybe all over, and maybe the person trying to propagate those rumors have the idea or the agenda in telling people that uchaguzi itarudiwa. I just meet people the age but all in all I know it will be good. It's good, hakuna kitu hapo, but the scrutiny is right. And I say to my wakili, when he just orders for scrutiny, let's give him. Whenever you have to share money amongst ourselves, and we see this 100,000, and after all, maybe one of us was never appealed with the decision we did, or the formula we used, you might say, pull up, we have to redo this thing, to make sure that you have 1,000, 5,000, have 10,000. So, I don't see like it's a big deal.
So, kwa that old man, old lady, ako nyumbani, ajui what is the base of this case at the court?
The base of this court, these are personal issues. They are not personal. Matters to do with pertaining election are not personal. I know they are all everywhere. Even the petition papers are just everywhere. It happened to me. But to me, I told you I compete with myself, me and my own, me and me only. So I don't say like it is a big deal. But all I say is that the court will just make the ruling.
It's true.
And whereby, so I know the ruling when it's to be done. Basically, we have to lead the rules and regulations of the Election Act, and I myself have done it. And as the member who took, as the person who took that petition, I think he doesn't know that, for one, there's a clause that he's saying, and he's stating that the agents were told to walk out. Agents were there was an issue to do with agents everywhere. My agents also were told that hakuna mihuri hapa, hakuna nini. But all in all, if you're not satisfied here, by 9th of August, I know the ruling just come very soon, and I don't expect anything else. I told you, I tell myself and I tell my God, for one, I'm a faithful believer that Christ exists, and I know it's not historical because it has happened to me that when I pray something, God gives me, and I'm always grateful for that. So I know the God who had worked with me on the 9th of August is still with me, and I know He's not letting me down.
So when is the ruling? When is the ruling?
The ruling, we are just in mention stages. I think the ruling must be done somewhere in between January or else February. Or it may come closer as time goes by, but we're not aware. But I suggest somewhere between January, February, or else late December or early December.
Yeah. So if I may ask you, was the election free and fair?
In fact, if there was somebody who just feared about elections, it's myself. I had no way to leak. And whoever I was, I think I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it. There's something that happened to me in the nominations, the UD nominations. So it affected me so much. And the people I was running with, and who we were competing with, always say that tulikuibia hii, tulifanya hivi, and I knew that they had something behind their back and behind their mind, that they were to do something about it and to lead the election. But all in all, God is good. It all happened well.
Nikikuja kwa issue, watu wachaka wameniambia nikuulize swali. Je, umeona ile majuzi hapa hivi Chaka, especially Chaka, kumekuwa na a lot of thieving, watu kuibiwa. So what's your take on that?
You know, insecurity
issue.
Yes. First, you know, I've lived in this town for the last, I think not for the last years, I don't have specific to see, but for the rest of my age, the life all I have, it's all, natoka tu kidogo narudi tu hapa Chaka, so I'm born and bred in this Chaka town. I think it is indeed my town. But the insecurity about Chaka, you know, matters pertaining security. They always say security starts with you, and I'm a firm believer of that. Because, you know, as you know, my wife worked on that security department, and all I know is that first in Chaka town, we all know each other, and we know who does this and who does that, but we are silent about it. So I don't blame the government on that. I also don't take it to blame the area chiefs and whatever. In fact, the area chief is just a good friend of mine. But whenever it comes to issues pertaining insecurity, you know, for one, I know you, I'm very sure of you, Benedict. If your phone happens to land over a certain street, I know you have somebody in your hand, in your mind, that perhaps whoever and this and that. So we have first to be, but at times I don't blame them, but I don't find any reason as to why you should get to that extent. But I think we should do a lot. We as the community.
Yes, the community.
Yeah, and also we shall also try to some additional lights here and there, the flashlight. Then we'll do some more, because you know, whenever people are just doing these things, they have to hide. It must be done in darkness. So also we have to do something in the lighting of the town. Can do some few mulikamuizis around here, and just believe that Chaka will just be well up by the next 2 years. Chakua too far.
Okay.
Because the matters pertaining even the insecurity, just even the working conditions. You know, we all work into mines, and I've worked there. Just feel that people are just sleeping there, and they don't have any job. So at the end of the day, mtu hajapata kazi. Kesho unataka afanye nini? You know, at times we have to do something. And also it's a call to youth that usingoje hiyo white collar job. You know, whenever I say that my mentor is Mr. Karaja, si ati nafanya kazi mzuri. In fact, I'm the farm manager, but for far much ahead of whatever you think about it. Because nafanya tu kazi tu hivi ya mkono nini. As I show them that it is very possible. You can work with your hands. We're very innovative. We are living in the 21st anniversary, and I think we have to do something on ourselves. Because majority of the youth.
So tuambie wasingoje kazi za ofisi.
Tunaweza enda kufanya tu hustle,
ukipata
tu sawa.
So mheshimiwa, tukiwa naye wakati wa campaigns, niliambianga the main activity of Thegu ni mining. Ukaniambia hawa watu wa refa hapa hivi wanapunga hapa refa, utakuja na machine ya for value addition. Is a promise there?
You know, that was not a promise, just a statement, and it was just an idea that you don't have to just sit and wait for the lorries. You know, perhaps we've been here, or I've been here in my lifetime, so I know there's somewhere in between this and there, and you rely on this lorries and whatever, and they don't have. I don't think there is somebody who just does building on December. So it is always very bad, and it's very seasonal. You know, me and Kare, we just come from a place whereby mining is the main activity, and the rat that is just being mined is it belongs to our families, the great grandfathers and chochos and whoever. And within, let me assure you this, by the next 5 years or 10 years, let me show, or there between 5 years and 10 years, there will be no mining taking place in this Chaka. because I know you're doing it today na mawe sio kitu inakuwa kesho.
Yeah.
So I was to provide an alternative. That's an idea. For one, the focus of the youth. First, we have to unite.
True.
If they are united, they can just propose a project like I just mentioned to you. That they can have a machine. They can do. They are youth somewhere. They are well financed by the government since they have a project. Benedict, there's no way that government will just come with the money, give you, so that you just relax and do whatever you have to do. You have to work, and we have to show them that we are very innovative. We have something between our ears. So I was part of the idea that since the quarries are just going, they are drying day by day, yes. So we have the modern building technologies. We can do the bricks, interlocking bricks. We can do sectoral joints and whatever. Yes, as long as we keep going. I just say take a step. It will almost never be built in a day. So if they have the idea that we have to provide an alternative, rather than we have to be seated here and wait for the lorries. Perhaps they don't come. We have another alternative. We have another project that maybe will give us something here and there, and maybe we have to look for a long-lasting solution to that. Because unemployment won't end by just saying the high rate of unemployment is just affecting the youth. It will just end because if you are innovative, and I just come up to the idea that you did us great by starting this Central TV in Chakatalanta. That's good. The likes of whoever feels like is interested in comedy can just come and do a clip, and through Facebook and whatever you can earn something. And what I mean is you have to be, let's be very sharp in our hand, and we try the very best that we have to do this or that, rather than sit and we just wait for the lorries to come from whatever the place, and not contact the place the person leo unakuja good na kitu tunafanya sahi.
Okay.
And that will basically happen if you happen to join hands and be focused.
Umesema youth fund. Najua huko mayouth wa huko mtaani hawajui vile wanaweza access hii youth fund. How do you access the youth fund?
Youth fund is actually a fund that to the youth, as you say, and can be given to individuals. Then there is another problem in our youth. I've tried to unite them, but I don't blame them. At times tulikuwa tumeanza chama hapa and tunatoa mia. The group has to be active. Yeah. We have to see that we are trying to get to a certain point, but in the middle of our journey, it was very hard for us. So we're asking the government, through the youth fund, can you just join hands with us and we work this journey very smooth.
And to those groups,
so we have to join up to join in groups, and whoever is in the group, you have to. It is not given to any youth. You have to apply. God is not just. It is not just found. It's just mind. So we have to source, and the source is we have the project. We do the proposals. Then come to me, ask me. We have a proposal from here and here. Then we go. But people who give you today, they have given you your proposal today, and then tomorrow they expect the money. The fund is not there for so fast, but I know TV. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of politics. How do you see the politics of Nyeri?
I want to base it on Nyeri. Basically, just look at nationally. And kwanza mimi nasema the real mama boga in Boda ila movement, because I'm a witness, and yes, not even the issue to do with hustlers, because we are all hustlers, but it's the real mama boga in Boda ila movement. The likes of Peter Salasia, the MP for Mumia East, and Toto Lamia, and my good friend from Kabalu, Nato. In fact, we're very young, so I think the politics of Kenya is shaping best.
So advice yako ni gani? Kule youth ako pale nyumbani, hataki kuwa active, hataki ku-engage in politics. Advice yako ni gani?
For me, the advice I have to give is just general. Whatever you have to go for, whenever you wish be the next 5 years or in the next 5 days or the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Kindly be focused. Know your worth.
My word.
It all takes you versus you. I told you. I'm always in competition with nobody. I always compete with myself.
You
And I believe the inner driving power and the motive to achieve best will take us far. Because for one, you know, I don't have to come to an idea and tell you this, that when you do a central TV, it can pay off.
No.
It's true.
That's my idea. It might maybe have worked on me, but it might not necessarily work on you.
Yeah.
I might have another idea whatsoever. But all in all, we have to work and we have to do and make sure that, you know, wherever you wish to be in the next 2 years, you just not arrive there. We have to work so that we are up to the task to be there. Kenye unafanya wewe fanya and do it best. Do it, be passionate. Yeah? And all you know, all will be well.
So youth kwa nyumbani, nasikia kutoka kwa mheshimiwa, tujitume bana. So
Bidhaa mheshimiwa, tulikuwa na swali. Kuna hii take watu wana complain sana ati maisha imepanda juu. Like watu wengi high cost of living iko juu sana. So what's your take on that?
You know, you are experiencing the high cost of living. You know, for one, the high cost of living is not. They are not complaining. I think you're the only person who's not complaining. And the issue you're complaining. First, I told you the drought, because everybody is just popping up money to go and buy some food stuff. So we don't have anything locally produced. In fact, nowadays in the area we are, and basically talking about Kenya at large, you find it that when the Maasai is gone, we are the next immediate pastoralist. Whenever our cows are hungry, we also hungry. Do you ask yourself why?
Why?
Because in the production rate of our cow in Kenya, it is maybe 1 liter. And just by that, if you work smart, the effectiveness of maybe, let me say, a goat would be far much better than the cow you have. The reason being, this cow feeds on dairy meal, feeds on whatever the feed it has to take, and the cost of maintaining this cow is not it is not even comparable.
Yeah.
The cost of maintaining a cow. So that's number one. Secondly,
So the cost of living first drought.
yes, drought. Drought is the main issue, because you know, when we got the food stuff locally available, we have nothing to go for and chop around. So we never realized that this and this is, you know, I'm at a point whereby it is becoming me more not to elaborate, because I'm also affected.
Yes,
So I don't think how you ask a mechanic he was in search of a certain problem, how to solve the problem.
Yeah.
But all in all, we all live in this world and we live all in this Kenya, and purposely we are in Shaka town. You know that we made that you just said the other minute that the area economic is just held up with the mining.
Yeah.
You just find out that the cost of ballast that is locally produced by our moms and that was 4,000 some 8 years back. Now the same ballast is going for the same 4,000, and whereas in the 2008 when the ballast was 4,000, the packet of maize flour was going for 80 bob. 70 bob. In fact, it was never 70. It was never 80. It was 60 bob. 60 bob. Now the same cost of the same packet, it's 240. 240. And the same cost of the ballast. You doing it for a living is 4,000. How do you adjust on that? It's either we increase the speed, the production rate, but all in all, I can advise our people that we have to hold on and believe that this thing can pay off. You know, we can adjust the prices of our locally produced stones and ballast. We adjust a little bit, and as time goes by, even not about hunger and whatever, lifestyle is also something to cater of. I think whenever you were to enter Karulas, back the day you did, maybe if you do it today, it will be double the price.
Double the price, yeah.
And the first thing is that life has gone on, yes. The price of fuel and whatever.
Yeah.
And basically you have to cope on this because I don't think too long don't make a right. Somebody said about it.
Yeah.
But the same thing happens. Our government, I think you saw the DP on the inauguration day,
Yeah.
and the DP said that they have inherited open shelves and whatever. They never had money. So if we happen to double the borrowing, so that they can sustain life and do subsidy to fuels and whatever, whatsoever, it will just take us 10 years, whereas it could be we could have suffered for 5 years and make it to produce our local funds and do some selling here and there. But I know all will be welcome. We believe in the hustle nation, and I know they'll just perform to their best. Najua tu mimi niko na imani hii mwaka na mostly tunaomba manze Mungu atubariki na imani.
Atubariki.
Tukipata mvua kila kitu tajipa.
So mheshimiwa, kuna this burning issue in Chaka. Naongea Chaka juu I stay in Chaka. Kuna hii mambo nilikuwa nimekuuliza ni wa campaigns. The sewage system imekuwa yani an issue to the Chaka people. Ukaniambia you are not involved in the sewage system. So what's the solution?
You know, Benedict, first, you know, there's what we call, there's a certain document whereby my first issue, and I'll be letting that document, CIDP, County Integrated Plan. When I'll be letting that document, I think the first priority will be the situation in the Chaka town. And we have to do whatever, if it will take us, the donors, the World Banks and whoever, they have to chip in. But we just try the very best. As you know, it won't be easy to tell you that county government will do it in Chaka town. And as I told you, I've done some research. And it takes a lot of coins to do sewerages. Go to a place like Isiro. I did some research when they were doing the same. In fact, it was done with the same donor, the World Bank, and it costed them around 100 million. They are the figure around 100 million. And you know, for the funds, the world funds, you just have the key takers. I think when it's good on the governor side, I think he just give us some money, about 18 million or whatever they take. Can go up to 30, depending on the money you just get and the local funds you have to collect. So about the issue to do with sewerage in Chaka town, I think even the governor just talked about it when he was giving the maiden speech, and he said that he will rehabilitate Chaka town and I think Moiga and some other several towns in Nyeri County. And I think I don't have to go and stand there on behalf of Thegu, but I have to stand and be counted and just make them feel that I exist.
Speaking of the governor's maiden speech at the county assembly, how was the speech?
The speech was, as per for me, I think the speech was good, and I can just, some things are overdone, as I can quote. Because there are several issues. We wanted the governor to provide a solution as part of why he said the same. You know, whenever you talk about wage bill, it's 58% over the recommended 35%, and I don't think the governor had any alternative to do the same. But I know with time, you know, he inherited a government whereby it was also inherited in the county council. So the people who used to work in the county council were opted in by the county government. And then the county government tried to replicate the same and must do some jobs here and there because to fit the electorate. You know, for one, in the former county council government, we never had anybody like CEC. And now they are all over. The CEC finance, you find that it just needs some here and there. It needs staffs. It needs some. You see. So I know in time, I know the government will just work on that. And also issue to do with health. I was very happy and very eager to listen as part of what the governor was to say. And he said that the issue to do with health will never be a campaign to in any situation in Nyeri County. And I know we shall help him, and I know it will be sorted. I believe in the governor. He's been my teacher for long. And in fact, I have to tell you that that's a guy to believe on.
So you were the teacher?
Yes, he was my teacher for the last 5 years.
Which subject?
Mwalimu was used to teach Kiswahili and Siali. You know, in the primary school life, teacher could do anything. In fact, he was a headmaster. And all I recall about him is that Mutahi, let me call him Mutahi, he couldn't pass you away whenever you went. Could have, I know, I remember he had a pickup by registration KIA, and he could carry you on the back. Whenever you are to school, he could just turn around, not be the good gesture you saw, and turn up to be a disciplinary master. So we've interacted somehow, and I know him. He's a man to trust.
So tukifunga show, also last remark, people of Thegu.
My great people of Thegu, kwanza nasema nawapenda sana. And I know you over expectant on my delivery. I promise that I just work on the level best. I'll involve you in my decision making. I'll never come and do something that appeals me, and whereas I don't know your option, I don't know your opinion. So I urge you that you shall just collaborate. We collaborate together. Siasa iliisha, and as I told you, Benedict and Sheila, I was never elected by the 3,282. Actually, whenever you ask me the votes that I garnered, I just have to tell you that I got 15,776. Because I believe everybody just elected me. Whether you are on this side or you are on the other side, you are playing football, we couldn't fit in one team. So we have to join hands and
work together.
Play FIFA sasa.
So
To
for
say the
us, we
FIFA.
say congratulations, you're the youngest MCA.
Yeah.
Unatuwakilisha pale, you're making
I'm
us
the
so
youngest
proud.
elected.
You're the youngest elected.
Yeah, I'm
Congratulations so much.
I'm the youngest to hold the Public Accounts Committee.
Wow.
In fact, it's not a mean feat. I believe in the leadership of the County Assembly, and I tell them also that I'm up to the task. I'll fully execute my duties, very humbly, and always eager to listen.
Na sisi tunasema tunakutuma kama youth wetu, continue doing the great thing that you're doing, tuwakilishe huko kabisa. We're so proud of you. At least unajua tusema ma youth hawafanyi kazi, wakichaguliwa ni kwenda kukunywa nini. You're making us proud. Congratulations so much.
Thank you. I also have to say Heko. And hongera kwenu. You know, it's not a mean feat also. Kufika kwenye mmefika, you know, at times you just cruised me here and there, maybe check out Rwanda, maybe a bit. But you guys, I envy you a lot because your ideas show like you somebody to count on, and I know you shall make it. And nasema congratulations also for the new launch of the Central TV. And I believe you're going somewhere, you guys. And I'll always be there. Always count on me whenever you need something, as long as it is within my provision. I'll always be there for you. And whatever I have to tell you that don't just be limited to this group of 4 and 3. Just work on the other youth. I think instead of eating us around here 4 and just get fully satisfied, I think we can feed on a portion, whereby we're 60. The same food that we could feed on when we are 4.
Kuna kitu mheshimiwa uliniambia sitaisahau. Unataka nikupigianga nikakwambia you must be on the table. Lakini uliniambia kitu ya muhimu sana. Don't be on the main table. Be the ingredient.
Yeah.
Sitaisahau hiyo kitu.
Yeah. You don't have to be the menu. Be the ingredient. You know, for one, I just tell you this. You know, we're not to be ignored at any given moment. You know, we are 70%. And I always brag about it. Because, you know, when you're 70, so like you have the whole lot.
Yeah.
You have to be involved in the decision making. And that's why I told this man to be eager and always be focused. The first thing is to be focused.
Be focused.
And when you're focused, you don't necessarily look at the meal that is on the table. You ask yourself, how does it happen that the meal ended up to the table? And you could be very eager. Like for me, if you're feeding ugali, I'll make sure that I'll be the front. And so,
Wow.
and keep it up.
Asante.
So tuko na kitu tunafanyanga kwa issue, something extraordinary, na tulikuwa tunaita quick fire. So nitakuuliza maswali. Tunataka kukujua tu kidogo tu. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is mukimo. And I have to do it with some stews. My wife does it best. My wife does it best because she knows I love mukimo and stew. Yeah.
Na unawatchingi mpira EPL hivi?
Basically, you know, I'm a local fan.
So
And I do local football. My home team is just Kaluda FC.
Okay.
I've been there before politics and I know we shall go far. Najivunia kuwa nimetoka tu hiyo. It's indeed my home.
And your EPL team?
My EPL team, you know, at times I just tell my wife, if the ball happens to roll in the bucket I'm bathing on, I'll have just to put it. But if it doesn't bother me on TV, I don't have any issue. I don't do EPL. Maybe I'll gain interest as time goes by, but I don't think.
Okay,
But basically, I used to say that I support Manu.
Watu wa Manu.
I used to wear jerseys from Manu, Trevor, napenda tu Manu. Lakini from the early times of Ferguson. Yes, Ferguson. I love it.
Tunakaribia Christmas. Unavaa shoe size namba gani? Kuna mtu anaweza taka kukusurprise.
I do number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, who's your mentor?
My mentor. My mentor is actually my former boss, and not former, because we still have some interesting together. Mr. Karaja, the CEO, PDSL. I've worked there, and I think he's the man I ever met who ever made a difference and made it in my life. And by the way, he has just participated, I think 100% of whom I am today. Since I met him in 2018, I bought some spaces for my kid. I think I also hired to grow back then. Nimefanya tu investment kiasi kupitia tu yeye. In fact, the money I have now, or the thing I have in my pocket, is from Mr. Karaja. And I always say big up to him, God bless that man. He is in fact mashujaa, na tuna celebrate mashujaa.
Yeah.
So
big up Karanja pale huko.
It's Mr. not Karanja.
It's
Karanja. Respect. Yeah.
So tumalize na moja tu interesting. Unakunywa gin ama whiskey ama side ni gani? Since you're a youth, you understand this language.
Yes, I do, but you know, for one, kana kaidi is not exaggerated. I'm actually. I'm not born again, as people do say, because I don't lie, but I'm a strict follower of Christ through the AIPCA religion, and I don't do gins and whiskeys. By the time, if I was to do one, I think I'll do whiskey.
So, keep it up. Asante sana mheshimiwa for your time. Tumeappreciate a lot for your time. Mungu akubariki sana.
And for our viewers, thank you so much for staying with us. It has been a nice interview with our Mheshimiwa Thegu Ward. Thank you so much for making time for us. Tupatane tena another episode. That was it for us.
Yes, na niseme kwanza, unajua imekuwa ni mashujaa. Na mashujaa, nyinyi wote ni shujaa.
Wow.
The people who live in Thegu Ward, you're all shujaa to me. and I love you best. And to my family, starting with my mom and the entire family, the Washiras, I love you best. I love you, my wife. And also, it can't go unnoticed that I love Team Gaibele. In fact, have turned to be a family to me. And I love them best. And I tell them that I'll always be there when they need me. The Buddha leaders and whoever, the people from Soko and whatever. Now, wapenda tu nyi wote. Everybody has a space in my heart. And I love you best.
Pia ni shujaa wangu. Till we meet again. Bye.
This is Central.
News to production.
What's your keparo? Team guy better. Aya. Bati wakani oyonere. Lira komeni oyonere. Otokoria wito oyonere. Wadegoriba oyonere. Oyonere. Toreda oyonere. Oyonere pati wakani oyonere. Oyonere kafa kamwana.